What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Outriders video, and today I'm going to show you one of the best farming strategies that I know in this game. This is not a glitch, and you can get up to 18,000 titanium per expedition. I'm going to explain exactly how, and I'm even going to show you how. So if that sounds good, go ahead, sit down, relax, bring out the popcorn, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I am Kamikazevondoom, and let's get into this. So this has everything to do with the end game. So if you are not in the end game for expeditions, this is not a video for you. Another thing, if you are already completely done with the end game, everything T15, and you're good to go, you might know this strategy, but if not, just relax and take some notes. So over here at the drop pods table, you can see you can get all of your different expeditions. Currently, everything I have is tier 15, and that's exactly how you're going to get 18,000 titanium per expedition. Now, a lot of people would say, but why would you do T15? You could easily set it down to tier 14 and you would still get a 20% chance for your legendaries when you get gold. And, you know, opposed to the tier 15 where you get 25% towards a legendary, it is a little bit faster to run tier 14s. However, in this strategy for farming, you need to run tier 15s. Not only that, but you need to get gold on tier 15s. Reason being is you get 74,000, nearly 75,000 drop pod resources per gold expedition in tier 15. Now with that, you're going to be able to max really fast your drop pod resources because the max is 999,999. Right now I'm sitting at 984,000, but that's because I wanted to show you exactly how this works. Now my scrap is only at 83, and that is intentional as well. But you can see that my leather is at 342,000, my iron's at 319,000, and my titanium is at 220,000. Now, for a lot of you that are running different characters, it is vital that you keep your titanium up, because if you're leveling up different characters, you can put their gear in the stash, put it on your main character with all your titanium, leather, and iron, and then you can level up those gear items for your other character. That way you don't have to waste any materials on that character. You could just put it all on your main and you're good to go. Now, how do you get 18,000 titanium per expedition? Great question. So, like I said, you can max out on your drop pod resources fairly quick. Reason being is if you get gold on tier 15, you get just under 75,000 drop pod resources per expedition. Just under 75,000. I think it's 74 and some change. So what you do is you come over to what's his name? Tiago? Anyways, you go over to Tiago, and then you go to sell. Now, when you go over to sell, it has an option for drop pod resources. Do not do the titanium. This is for drop pod resources. And what you can do is you can sell as many as you want, and you can get up to 999,000 scrap without even trying. Right here. So you can see if I sell 12,775 drop pod resources, it will completely max out my scrap. So if I do this right now, boom, now I'm at max scrap, and I still have 971,000 drop pod resources. Now, drop pod resources are the most valuable resource in the game. You can sell these for scrap, and then you can sell the scrap for either leather, iron, or titanium. So what you do, you go to Tiago, you sell 12,700 drop pod resources, what that will do is that will give you max scrap, and then you come over to Bailey right here. She's in the wheelchair. You go to Bailey, pretty simple. And now this time you're just under buy. And you can buy any of these. You can buy leather, iron, or titanium. This is all about titanium for this video because that is the most sought after resource out of all these. It's easy to max out on drop pod resources, but it's very hard to max out on titanium resource. So what you do, you come over here and then you can just hold right on your D-pad and go all the way to where it goes. Oop, uh-oh, now it's bugged. Alright, that was interesting. Alright, so you go all the way over here and then you can max it out. It says right there I can get 3,071 titanium for the amount of scrap I have. So if you do the conversion right, this means that roughly 12,000 resources, drop pod resources, will equate to just above 3,000 titanium. So that's where your math comes in. So if I sell this right here, boom, all of a sudden I have just under 3,100 more titanium, and then I have no more scrap. But you can see I went from 984 to 971. I still have a lot of drop pod resources remaining. So I can come back over here to Tiago and then sell some more drop pod resources for that max scrap. And it's fairly simple. You can do this in seconds. It really doesn't take long. The only thing I would say, you can see right here. This is the only disclaimer I'd give you while doing this. You can sell more drop pod resources without getting the scrap. So right here, I'll just do this and sacrifice some of my drop pod resources just to show you. So right here, it says it'll give me just under 1.2 million scrap. Now we all know that the cap only goes to 999,000, 999. So if I hit sell, I would actually consider this a bug because I don't think this should be allowed because you're just giving away resources. But if I hit sell, boom, it says right there on the right, I just got under, 1.2. But you see on the left-hand side of the screen, it stopped at 999,999. So I technically just lost about 3,000 drop pod resources because for some reason the game lets you sell more and not give you anything over the cap. However, if you go over to Bailey, Bailey is not bugged. So if you go over to titanium and you go to buy, it'll stop exactly where you are, 990, see, boom. And then I get my, 3,000 plus titanium, and we're good to go. You can just rinse and repeat this. So where does the 18,000 titanium come into play? Well, you can see that per max scrap, I get just under 3,100 titanium from Bailey. And that only cost me about 12,000 drop pod resources. Well, in challenge tier 15, if you get gold, you get just under 75,000 drop pod resources per expedition. Now that means you can sell up to 6 times with Tiago. So 6 times I can sell my 12,000 whatever drop pod resources. I'll have max scrap. And then 6 times I can come over here to Bailey and buy the titanium. Now you guys saw that each time I did that, I got just under 3,100 titanium. And if you do that 6 times, well, obviously, you're going to get up to 18,000 plus titanium per expedition. I'm saying 18,000 because that's, the ballpark. You can get a lot more per expedition, whether it be from the gear that you get dropped, whether it be from just the enemies dropping you titanium. But as far as converting your drop pod resources to titanium, you can get up to 18,000 per gold expedition on challenge tier 15. But alright, so just in case you were wondering, let's try out the iron and the leather. So we'll do this real quick and then I will let you guys go. Let me know what you guys think of the end game for Outriders. I do understand that, it's had its ups and downs with the inventory bug and all that, but now that it's all fixed, hopefully we can get people back into this game. But alright, so remember, do not go over the 999,000. It'll just waste your resources. For some reason it's bugged in the game. It is what it is. But alright, there we go. So then I have my 999,000. Go over to Bailey. Let's see. So for leather, if I buy max leather, oh, it's only going to let me go up this high. Okay, so about 43,000. See that? Boom. And now I'm already at 386. So about 43,000 leather. Let's see how much iron. I think it might be similar, but it's definitely not the exact same. Let's see. I think iron might actually be a little less. So we got our 999,000 scrap. Come over to Bailey. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. And then this time we want to try out iron. So we get about 43,000 leather. We get just under 3,100 titanium. Oh, and it is. It's the same. 43,000 iron. So knowing that, you can do this up to 6 times per challenge tier 15 expedition on gold. You will get 74, just under 75,000 drop pod resources per clear, and then you can sit here and convert them up to 6 times after each expedition. So that could get you up to just under 3,100 titanium per conversion, just under 44,000 iron, and leather per conversion. And you can see I did that a handful of times and I'm still at 930,000 drop pod resources. So I need to do this probably about one more time. That way I can run another challenge tier 15, and then once I get gold on that, I'll be maxed out all over again. So you can see how this is very easy to do. This will make sure all your resources are up to par, and it makes it way easier for helping your other characters out when leveling up the gear. So let's do this one more time. That way I can just get under. There we go. That way my next expedition, when I get the 75,000, it'll put me right there under max. And then go back to Bailey, say what's up, girl, and then we're going to buy some titanium. And there you go. That's the video. It's very easy and simple to do. I'm sure this is remedial for a lot of you, die-hard everyday players. But there's a lot of people in Outriders that do not know these little tips and tricks. So I hope, I helped you with something. If so, just let me know in the comments. I am Kamikazevondoom. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.